Hi everyone, and welcome back to your Power Pilates flow. Today is going to be quite an advanced flow, so get ready to feel the burn in all the right places. I'm going to be using some small weights as usual with the power flow. If you don't have these weights, it's totally fine. You can do the class without it. And I would advise taking any modifications that you need throughout the time, or just go at your own pace. If anything is moving too quickly, then make sure you take your time to rest and do what is best for you in today's class. All right, so let's get going. We're going to get started at the back of the mat. Let's take a nice warm up. So dipping down into the knees, opening it up, extend, breathing in. And as you breathe out, tucking your chin to chest and just rolling down all the way, decompressing your spine one vertebrae at a time until you come into that nice forward fold. Good. And then from here, taking a nice deep breath in, softening into the knees even further, and just start to restack the spine one vertebrae at a time, rolling up slowly until your head is the last thing to come up at the top of the movement. Then taking a nice big roll out through your shoulders. Let's go again, dipping down into the knees, opening it up, extend, breathing in, and exhale, tucking chin to chest, hands come down by your side, and just decompress your spine one vertebrae at a time all the way until you find that beautiful forward fold. Placing your hands on the floor from here, let's just take a few yeses of the head up and down, extending through the neck and flexing through the neck. And then let's go nose side to side, stretching out through the side of your neck, really keeping your head nice and relaxed. And extending through your spine, coming through the center. And when you're ready, let's just walk your hands down along your mat and then pike your hips up into your downward dog position. Great. From here, let's just take a pedal through the feet. So bending into one leg and extending through the other, pushing that chest down towards your thighs, finding that flexibility through the back of your legs and through your feet. Good. Let's go for another 3, 2, 1. When you're ready, placing both heels down into the floor. We're going to place the weight into the right leg and sweep the left leg up into three-legged dog. I'm actually on my right leg, but whichever leg you've got. Good. Extend. Doesn't matter how high the leg goes. Find that nice flexibility through the back of the legs. And then when you're ready, finding your weight in your hands, I want you to sweep that leg forward and bring your knee towards the opposite elbow, finding a nice high plank mountain climber. Squeeze. And then pushing all the way back up, extend three-legged. Good. Breathing in and exhale. Sweep it forward, opposite knee to opposite elbow. Squeeze into that core and hold. And push it back, extend, three-legged. Good. Sweep it forward, mountain climber. Squeeze. And up, three-legged dog. Good. We're going to go 2 more here. Bring it forward, squeeze, extend it back. Good, last one, bring it forward. Good, extend it all the way back. Now we're going to find that mountain climber. Hold here, and I want you to just pulse your knee up and up towards your wrist. Squeeze for 8, 7, 6, feel those obliques. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, piking those hips back, both feet down on the floor, downward dog. Good. All right, my mat is going a little bit crazy. We're going to move on to the other side. So now, weight in your right foot, sweeping that left leg up into three-legged, finding that beautiful extension through the back of the legs, and flexibility in three-legged dog. And then when you're ready, strong through the core, bringing that weight forward into your hands, and let's just find opposite knee to opposite elbow, squeeze, mountain climber. And sweep it back all the way up, three-legged dog. Good, squeeze it forward, finding that lateral mountain climber, squeeze the core and hold. And sweep it back, extend, nice strength and mobility here. Good, bring it forward and squeeze. And up, extend, Good, let's go 2 more. Bring it forward, squeeze. Sweep it back and hold. We're so strong. We're starting off really powerful. Good, bring it forward, squeeze. All the way back up, downward 3-legged dog. And then bring it forward to that mountain climber one final time to take those pulses up and up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back, both feet to the floor, downward dog, final time. Inhale, exhale. And when you're ready, we're just going to drop those knees down to the mat, untuck your toes, and find cat-cow. So, dropping the belly, opening the chest, breathing in. And exhale, reversing the movement, allowing those shoulder blades to just really pull apart, C-curving your spine. Inhale, dropping the belly, opening the chest, extending through the spine. Good. Exhale, reversing the movement, finding that nice opposing flexion. Good. Dropping the belly, opening the chest, extend. Let's go one more here. Pushing away, C-curving your spine. Coming back to neutral, maybe just taking any movements that you like, side to side, around in a circle, anything that feels good for you here in this class today. Maybe you've got a bit tightness in one side of your hip or in your neck. Just give it a little bit of extra love. Good. And then when you're ready, coming back to neutral. Maybe you want to sit back on your feet and just release the wrists for a second here before we move into our bird dog. Very good. We should be feeling nice and warm now. Starting off strong. We're going to keep warming up a little bit more, but adding some activation. So I want you to grab one weight with your left hand and bring your right leg long behind you on an extension. Nice and soft through that right elbow, nice and long through your core and all the way through to your neck. Try to make sure that your neck stays long and doesn't dip down or crack up. Holding with strength, we're going to extend the right leg long back behind you and at the same time extend that left arm up, holding the weight and squeeze. And then you're going to tap, keeping that length, just tap back down to the floor. Good. Squeeze up, extend the arm, extend the leg. Be as long as you can. And then bring it down with control to tap. Good. Squeezing up and squeezing down. Coming back to that core, coming back to your elbow and making sure that you're nice and relaxed through the upper body and really strong through the core, strong through that left arm and that left leg. Breathe. Inhale, exhale, moving with intention, moving with control. Good. Let's go 4 more here. Squeezing up 4 and down. Good. Final 3. Final 2. Squeeze and tap. Good. Final 1. We're going to hold it up with control. Now, I want you to bring your right knee in towards your nose, squeezing that left arm in at the same time to crunch everything in. And then extend everything back out long. And then tap to the floor. Squeeze up with control. Crunch everything in. C-curve your spine, eye gaze to knee. Extend long. And tap it down. So nice deliberate movements here. Extend and lift. Crunch it in. Extend it long, squeeze, tap it down. I know it's starting to burn. We're going to go 4 more. 4. Extend. Good. Tap. Squeezing up. 3. Crunching it in. Extending it long. Tapping it down. Let's go 2. Come on, you guys can do it. Good. Final 1. All the way up. Find that crunch, extend it long, find that extension. We're going to pulse the arm and the leg for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, hold that core, 2, 1. All right, dropping it down, giving it a little wiggle. We're going to keep working into that right hip. So I want you to tuck your weight behind your right knee, if you've got one, and come down onto your elbows. Nice and flex through the right foot, nice and relaxed through the body, nice and strong through the core. We're going to take a donkey kick to stomp the sky with that right foot and really squeeze into that glute. Then I want you to open out to the side and bring it round and down. So we're going to go nice around the world. So find that squeeze donkey kick, opening out and down. Good. Squeezing up, controlling that core, making sure you're not moving through the lower back, keeping a really long neck, and just working the glutes and working that hip. Good. We're going to go 4 more. 4. Final 3. I told you this was going to be a hard class. You guys have got to push. 2. Good. Final 1. All the way up, all the way out, all the way around. Now we're going to reverse the direction. So we go out first, and then up and back to find the donkey kick, and then down. Out to the fire hydrant, around and back to hold it up, and bringing it down. Good. Out. Moving around with control, really using your muscles. Try not to use momentum as you move. Back, down. Good. Let's go 2 more. Out. All the way up and down. Final 1. Out. All the way up and down. Now let's just find that donkey kick to hold and pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5. Strong core. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, relax. Whew. Let's just remove the weight. Let's let those knees go wide on your mat. Let those hips sink back. Extend your arms, place your head down onto the floor, and just take a few breaths here in child's pose. Good. 2 more. Really relax. Good. Final 1. Breathing in and breathing out. All right, we're going to come straight onto that second side. So I want you to now grab your weight with your right hand, and you're going to have your left leg long behind you, extended. So we're going to come back to those bird dogs, coming back to that core, coming back to that soft supporting arm, soft shoulders away from your ears, and a really long, nice long neck. Okay, strong through the core. Let's extend that left leg back long and away, and extend your arm all the way up and squeezing through your shoulder, and then bringing it back down to tap. So we're just going to work that extension and lift, squeeze up and squeeze down. Make sure that your hips are not moving around. Doesn't matter how high you go. You want to be as long as you can. Squeeze up and squeezing down. Good, nice and controlled. Come to that core. Feel your core really working here. Feeling that strength through the arm and the legs. Squeezing up and down. Good, we're going to go 4 more. 4, squeeze, and tap. Good. Final 3. Final 2. Now last one, hold it up all the way, squeeze. We're going to take that crunch. So left knee comes in towards your nose, right arm crunches in. Extend it back out long and tap it down. Good, lift and squeeze. Crunching everything in. See, curve that spine, really use your core. Extend it long. Tap it down. Good. Squeezing up. Crunching it in. Extending it long. Tapping it down. Good. Keep working. Let's go 5. You guys are so strong. Come on. Good. In 4. Come back to that deep core. Squeezing using your muscles. Don't use your momentum. 3. Final 2. Squeeze and extend. Now final 1, lifting all the way up. Find that crunch, squeeze, find that extension, hold, and let's pulse it out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, strong core, 2, 1. All right, give it a little rest. Maybe give it a little shake, side to side. And we're going to come onto those hip openers. So you can come all the way down to your elbows, but grab your weight and tuck it behind your left knee this time. Coming on to your elbows, nice and comfortably. Finding that nice long neck, nice strong core, nice long spine. We're going to take a nice flexion through the left foot and then stomp the sky with that left foot into a donkey kick. Hold it there. Open out wide and round to the side and then come down through a fire hydrant. Squeezing back and opening out, moving around, keeping a nice strong core. Using that left glute and that left outer hip flexor to do the work here. Squeezing up, out and around. Nice and strong and controlled. Let's go for 4. 3, we're nearly done here on the floor. 2, all the way out. Now final one, squeeze it up, all the way out, around and down. Now we're going to come out and up through the fire hydrant, around the back to hold, and then down back to the floor. So opposite direction, up and out to the side. Squeeze it back to the donkey kick and bring it down. Good, up and back and down. Good, holding that core, come back to that pelvis. Let's go for 3. 2, nice and controlled, taking that time to move through it. Final 1, all the way back, all the way down. Now we're going to push back to find that donkey kick one final time and just pulse out the glutes for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, squeeze, 3, 2, 1. All right, coming all the way down. Woo, that was a nice way to wake up the body. Let's let those knees go wide. Hips go back, find your child's pose, placing that head down to the mat. Just taking a nice deep breath in and out. And again, deep breath in, really relax the body. And breathing out. One more time, breathing in. And breathing out. All right, when you're ready, placing your weight into your hands, we're going to tuck those back toes. Pike your hips up to find downward dog. Nice little release here and extension through the lower back. And then we're going to slowly walk your feet in towards your hands, or hands to feet, whatever feels more comfortable, to find the center of the mat. Forward fold. Nice and soft through the knees. Bending into the knees and rolling up, restacking the spine. One vertebrae at a time, all the way until we come up to stand, taking a nice roll out of your shoulders at the top. Okay, we're going to move on to a bit of a standing series now. If you would like to grab some water or something to break it up, then feel free. Otherwise, grabbing your weights, and we're going to come into a plie squat. So the plie means that you're going to have your feet as wide as your mat and wider than your hips, and making sure that your toes are turned out and that your knees are tracking back and away from your toes. So when we do a normal squat, we tend to bend back like this, but the plie squat is going to hinge down to the floor. So keeping that real strength through the low pelvis and through the glutes and through the inner thigh. It tends to be a bit harder than a normal squat, but we're here to challenge ourselves. Okay, so finding your plie, bringing your weights into your hands and keeping your palms facing up towards the sky. Taking a nice tuck on that tailbone. We're going to hinge down into plie, and as you find your plie, you're going to lift your arms up just to shoulder height and squeeze. And then coming all the way up with control. Taking a nice inhale. Exhale. Coming down to plie. And up. Lovely. Nice work. Let's keep working. Trying to find that depth in your plie each time you go down. Trying to keep your shoulders down and away from your ears, nice and comfortable. Trying to make sure that your ankles are staying, tracking out and not rolling down onto the floor. And finding that nice depth. Good. and up. Let's go here for 4 more like this. Good. Inhale. Exhale it up. 3. Good. Keep working. Good. Final one. All the way down. All the way up. Squeezing into that glutes. Okay, we're going to add a combo. So now we're going to come down to the plie. We're going to hold. You're going to drive your right arm in and lift your right heel up off the floor. Then extend it back out long. Drive the left side in. Extend and lift. Okay, so that's the combo. You come all the way down. You bring the right side in, lift the right heel, extend. Left side, lift the left heel, extend, and bring it up. Nice and spicy. Let's keep working here. Right side, extend. Left side, extend, keeping low. We're going to go 4 more. Squeeze, right, extend, left, extend, and up. Good, let's go 3. Keep that nice form. Really strong through your legs. This is how we build those beautiful lean and lengthy legs. Let's go 2. Use your breath. When you feel it getting really hard, take that nice exhale. Final one. We're going to stay low. We're going to work here for 1. 2. Back to the right side. 3. Good. Left side. 5. 6. 7. 8. Let's hold those weights into your chest and let's just pulse the plie for 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. All right, coming up. Woo! Legs are shaky. Give it a little shake out. We're going to keep working a little bit more into the leg before we rest. So I want you to come into a lunge. So we're going to place your right foot at the front of your mat and your left foot is going to be back behind you. Weights to your chest. You're going to hinge down to the floor, keeping a nice strong front leg. And then you're going to twist out, pivot on that left foot and punch your left arm out to find your plie. Then you pivot it back to find that squat through the right side. Pivot out, find your punch. Pivot back, find your lunge. So we're taking that nice combination, plie to lunge. Strong through the upper body, really working those arms at the same time. Keeping that core strong and keeping that beautiful Pilates position. Let's go for 4. Good. 3. Whew, legs on fire. You guys can do it. 2, I'm in this with you. Final one. Find your squat. Find that plie, lunge. Coming back to the lunge. Hold your lunge. We're just going to pulse here for 10. 9, 8, squeeze that right leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my God. Okay. Woo! Drop the weights down to the floor. That was seriously hard. So you guys absolutely killed it to get through that. Give those legs a little shake out. We're just going to take a nice reset. So coming to the back of the mat, dipping down to the legs, opening it up, extend. Breathing in and exhale, tucking chin to chest and just rolling it down, decompressing your spine to find that nice forward fold and relax over the legs. Just take a moment here to come back to rest and come back to reality after those legs. Good, 1 more deep breath and exhale. And then when you're ready, walking your hands down along your mat, dropping the knees, and we're going to just work a little bit more onto the side. So I'd like you to grab your weights. We're going to find ourselves in a kneeling position with your left leg extended out and your right leg supporting you here on your mat. Bringing the weights to your chest. We're going to work through a side crunch. So we're going to use the lateral core and the obliques to do the work here. The key is to try and push straight down rather than moving forward or back. Okay, so keeping your shoulders away from your ears, keeping your weights at your chest. We're going to bring that right elbow down, directly down towards your right knee, and then squeeze it back up with control. Good. Inhale, bring it down. Exhale, squeeze it up. Good. Inhale and exhale. Good. You should be feeling a little bit hard to breathe as your core is doing the work, but that's completely normal. Just try and maintain that really straight pelvis for another 3 reps here. 3. Good. Final 2. Now last one, all the way down. You're going to hold it here. You're going to extend those arms out wide. You're going to bring them in and then come up to straight. Inhale. Bring it down. Exhale. Extend. In and up. Good. So that's the combo. Bring it down. Stretch those arms out. Bring it in. Keep really strong into that core. Let's go 4. And up. Good. Final 3. Good. Final 2. Now final 1 all the way down. We're going to hold and work that extension for 8. 7. Push. 6. 5. Keep working. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Dropping that right weight and bringing your right hand down to the mat, extending that left weight all the way up overhead. Good. Now I want you to lift your left leg up off the floor, and we're going to take a crunch to the side. So you're going to go left elbow to left knee, crunch it in, and then extend it out long. Good. Crunching it in, extending it out long. Good. Squeezing through that core a little bit more. Extend. Squeeze. Extend. Let's go. 6. 5. 4. Come on, push. Nice and powerful. 3. 2. 1. Now if you can, let's hold that left weight all the way up overhead. Step both feet out to find your full side plank. Ooh, it's okay to wobble. Let's just hold it here and squeeze for 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Good. All right. Placing that weight down. Let's come and find ourselves on our knees. Place your left hand on your left side and just take a nice side bend over the right side. Breathing in and out. And again, let's place the right hand down on the right side, opening it up through the left side, and extend. Find that beautiful stretch through the side of your body. Good. All right, coming through the center. Now we're going to find ourselves on our backs. So just taking your time that you need to lay all the way down on your back. And we're going to work a little bit of core before we do the next side. And then you guys are all done for this class. So I know that this is challenging, but you're going to have to keep pushing through. So grabbing your weights and placing them just up towards the ceiling or up towards the sky and finding a nice comfortable position, bringing your shoulders down away from your ears. And just take a moment to come to your breath and notice how your ribs like to open up wide as you inhale. And as you exhale, they like to close down with control. Good. Opening it up, breathing in, open those ribs. And exhale, closing them down. All right, we're going to go one more, breathing in. And this time, as you exhale and close your ribs down, I want you to think chin to chest, head, neck, shoulders, chest. Lift your whole top of your front body off the floor and squeeze those weights down by your knees. And then bring it down with control, breathing in. And exhale, squeezing up, driving those weights down by your thighs, lifting your chest up off the floor. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Close the ribs down and squeeze up all the way, pushing that lower back deep into the floor. Good. Keep working. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze it up and lift. Inhale. Bringing it down with control. Good. We're going to go 6 more here. 6. Good. Controlling the ribs. Controlling this movement. 5. Squeeze. Reverse with control. Good. In 4. Good. Intentional movements are what we want here. 3. Squeeze up and lift all the way down with control. Good. Final 2. Try to get an inch higher. I know that you can. Now last one. All the way up. Squeeze and lift it up. And then bring it all the way back down with control. Okay, holding those weights up over the chest. We're going to lift both legs up to tabletop. And hold them nice and just stack your knees over your hips. Try not to let them creep too far into your chest. Keeping them nice and strong and the core activated. Great. Now this time we're going to crunch the chest. But I want you to just drive your right arm down towards your right leg and extend that right leg down towards the mat. And then squeeze it back to the starting position. We're going to go again on the right side. So just working the right leg and the right arm and the chest. Breathing in and breathing out. Lift your chest, extend your right arm, extend your right leg, and squeeze it back down. You guys can do it. Extend. Inhale as you bring everything back to center. Exhale. Extend. Close those ribs in. Really use that core. Good. Let's go here for 6. You guys can do it. 5. Push. 4. I know it's burning. You guys have got to push to the end. Final 3. Squeeze. And in. 2. Now last one. All the way up. Bring it all the way down. Okay, left side. Lift that chest, extend your left leg, extend your left arm. Bring it in. Good. And again, lift and squeeze. And in with control. Good. Lift it up, squeeze the body. Find that beautiful length, find that power through your arms and your legs. Good. Keep working for another 6. 5. Squeeze. Good. Final 4. I'm in this with you. Those abs are screaming, but you can do it. 3. 2. Now last one. All the way down and bring it back to center. Okay, now you're going to extend your right leg and extend your left arm up and away overhead. Opposite leg to opposite arm extending away from each other. Squeezing back in. And then alternate. Right arm, left leg. Squeeze it in. We're going for a dead bug. Extend. Squeeze it in. The core is the powerhouse here in this move. Trying to control it. Don't just swing those limbs out. We're doing everything with intention. That is the basic principle of Pilates, is to use every single rep. That's why we get such a good workout. Good. Push. Let's go for another 8. 7. 6. 5. Good. Keep working. 4. 3. You guys can do it. 2. 1. Okay, squeeze it in, dropping one weight down to the floor. You're going to hold one weight with both hands. Now, keeping your legs where they are, you're going to lift your chest up to place that weight onto your legs. Then you're going to extend your legs, extend your arms overhead. Squeeze the shape back in, lift your chest to grab that weight. Extend your arm, extend your legs. Squeeze up, thinking chest to legs, not legs to chest. You have to use as much control as you can to balance that weight. Extend. Squeeze it up. You guys are so strong. Let's go. 8. 7. This is the last bit here. Come on, push to the end. 6. 5. Lift that chest up. Extend. 4. 3. 2. You're so much stronger than you think. Push to the end. Final 1. Keep the legs at tabletop. Let's just take little pulses up, holding that weight, and up for 8, 7, 6. Burn it out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my God. Okay. Relax. Drop the weight. Let's extend those legs long along your mat. Open up your arms all the way overhead. Allow those ribs just to open up really wide. Take a nice deep breath in. Deep breath out. Relax. Let's go one more deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. Final one. Breathing in. And breathing out. All right. When you're ready, we're just going to tuck your knees up towards your chest, grabbing behind your thighs. Take a few rocks and rolls, as many as you need, to come up into a seated position. We're going to place those hands on the floor, feet on the floor, and find forward fold in the front of your mat. Good. Relaxing your lower back. Taking a nice deep breath in, relaxing your head. And as you breathe out, softening into your knees. And let's just roll it back up, restacking the spine. One vertebrae at a time, all the way until we come up to stand, taking a nice roll out through your shoulders. And we are going to find ourselves back in the center of the mat, grabbing the weights and ready to come back to our plie squat. All right, when you're ready, we're going to find our plie squat again. So weights in your hands, palms facing up towards the ceiling. If you remember, we're going to have our feet nice and wide along the mat, and we're going to find those deep plie squats. Nice tuck on the tailbone, shoulders back and down away from your ears, breathing in and breathing out, deep and lowering down into your plie. Good, that's 1. Deep breath in and lowering down. Exhale to come up. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Lovely. Those legs are already screaming. We're nearly at the end here, ladies. This was a very challenging class, but you knew what you were in for. We're here to get strong. We're going to feel so good after this, so let's just push to the end. Let's go for 4. Final 3. Final 2. Good. Now last one, we're going to hold it down. Now I want you to drive your left weight in towards your left shoulder. Lift that left heel up. Extend. Right side. Extend. And up. Good. Breathing in. Coming down. Left side. Drive it in. Right side. All the way up. Back to straight. Good. Keep that nice tuck on the tailbone. Keep those strong inner thighs working. Even though we're getting tired, we still need to concentrate on our form. Use each rep. If you have to rest, just take a quick rest and come back to it. Don't compromise your form. It's better to move slow and take your time on each move. Good. Let's go for 4 more here. 4. And up. Good. Keep working. Final 3. Good. Pushing towards the end. Final 2. Good. All the way up. Final one, we're going to stay low. We're just going to work those legs and arms for 8, 7, 6, 5, push, 4, 3, 2, staying low, 1, weights to chest. Let's pulse that plie squat for 8, 7, 6, squeeze those inner thighs, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my God. All right, coming up. Woo. My legs are shaking like a leaf. Give it a little shake out. We're going to come straight into those lunges. So left foot comes forward, right foot steps back, weights come to your chest. Keeping the weight through the heel on the left foot. We're going to hinge down to find a lunge. Then you're going to pivot out on your right leg and punch that right arm away from you. Bring it back to the lunge. Pivot and punch. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Take that pivot. Don't just swing your arm. Make sure to really use your reps. Good. Keep working. Come on, guys. Let's go here for 4. I know that it's hard. I'm feeling it too. 3. Good. Down. And out. That's 2. Final 1. All the way out. Let's find that lunge. Hold it low and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, push, 2, 1. Oh my God. All right. Give it a little shake. Let's drop those weights down. Come to the back of the mat and take a nice reset. Oh my God. All right. Dipping down, opening it up, extend, breathing in and breathing out. Tucking chin to chest. Let's just roll it down to find that beautiful extension and forward fold. Wow, that was really hard. Let's just take a moment here in forward fold just to bring the heart rate back down. And when you're ready, we're going to walk those hands down along your mat, dropping the knees and finding ourselves in that nice kneeling position. Weights at your chest. Right leg is going to come out on the diagonal and you're going to be supporting yourself on that left knee. Okay? We're going to find those lateral crunches to work the side core and the obliques, making sure that you keep a nice tucked pelvis and that you're not moving backwards or forwards. We're trying to move down, and let's move down with that left elbow down towards your left knee, squeezing up back to straight. Inhale, bending down, left elbow to left knee, squeezing through the right side of your body to come up. Inhale, exhale it up. Whew. You guys can hear it in my voice that I'm getting tired as well. If you've made it this far, you're an absolute beast. So let's just push to the end. We're nearly there. Good. Breathing in. Who said Pilates was supposed to be easy? No one. Definitely not here with Selena on the mat. We're here to prove that we can get an absolutely smashing workout with just ourselves and a tiny pair of weights. Good. Breathing in. Let's go 4. Final 3. Final 2. Coming back to that core. Final 1. Let's hold it here. We're going to extend those arms out wide. We're going to bring them in and come back up. Good. Bending down. Inhale. Opening up wide. Bring it in and up. Might be struggling to breathe a little bit in that position. Just hold. Concentrate on the moves and then take your breath as you come up. Good. Inhale. Set that core. Extend. In and up. Good. We're going to go 5 more. 5. Final 4. Good, making sure that you're doing what feels right for you. Checking that form. Drop the weights if you need to, just keep working. 2 more. 2. Good, now last one. We're going to stay here and hold, opening and closing for 7, 6, 5, using that core, you're so strong, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, dropping that left weight. Let's place that left hand down on the mat, extending that right arm up all the way overhead, taking a nice stretch, taking a breath in, and as you exhale, we're going to lift that right leg up and crunch, right elbow to right knee. Extend it back out long, keep that leg lifted. Crunch it in, squeeze the core, extend it long. Good, crunching it in. Extend, really using that right side oblique. Crunch. Extend. Good, let's go 6, 5. We are absolute warriors here. 4, 3. Controlling that pelvis. 2, 1. All right, I'm going to challenge you. Lifting that right arm up all the way up towards the sky. Stepping both feet out. Holding up in that full side plank. We're going to hold here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, dropping down, coming to sit down on your feet. Let's place that right hand down on the right side of the body and just take a nice extension up and over through the left side, finding that beautiful stretch. Inhale. Exhale, placing that left hand down on the left side of your body, taking a nice stretch and extension through the right side. Good, one more breath. And coming back through the center. Okay, I'm going to do a finisher. Those of you who have done workouts with me before will know that this is probably the worst part of the workout, but this is the last thing that we're going to do. We're going to work through a pyramid set for some upper body. So, if you've got your weights, what I want you to do is place your hands onto your weights so that you're balancing on your dumbbells. If that feels too much, you can just balance on your hands on the floor as well. And then as we do the row, pick up your weight. If you don't have your weights, you can row with absolutely no weight as well. That's totally fine. I'm going to demonstrate from here. We're going to do 2 exercises. We're going to do a push-up, which looks like this. Strong up on the feet into a plank position, tucking your elbows into your body and pushing up. If you have to drop to your knees to take your push-up, that's fine as well. Second exercise is going to be a row. We're going to come into a high plank and row one way up and then row the other way up. I want you to think about not moving your pelvis and trying to stay nice and strong through that core. We're going to do a pyramid set, which means we've got 10 reps of both. Take a little rest, 8 reps of both. 6, 4, and 2, and then that will be the end. Okay, we can do it. Let's get started. 10 reps on the push-up. My weights are feeling a bit uncomfortable, so I'm going to take my push-up from the floor and then do the row with my weights. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. 10 push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, push. 6, 7, strong core, 8, 9, 10. All right, coming up, high plank. Let's row those weights for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Control those hips. 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, drop your knees. Push your hips back. Quick child's pose. Take a nice deep breath in. And deep breath out. Let's get ready. 8 reps in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 8, 7, push. 6, find your knees if you have to. 5, 4, 3, shoulders on fire. 2, 1. All right, coming all the way up. Let's row it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, push. 6, 7, 8. All right, drop those knees. Hips go back. Child's pose. Take a deep breath in. And deep breath out. We can do it, guys. Let's go 6 reps. In 3, 2, 1. Drop the chest. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Take that modification. Just keep moving. Let's come up to the row. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, drop the knees. Hips go back. Quick child's pose. Breathe in and breathe out. Final 4. Let's keep going to that push-up in 4, 3, 2, 1. And push for 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming up. Finding your row for 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, drop those knees. Push it back. Quick child's pose. All right, this is the final round. It's just 2 reps. It's easy. Here we go. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Find your push up for 1, 2. Find that row. 1, 2. All right, coming down to your elbows. We're just going to hold the plank here for 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7. Tuck that tailbone, long neck. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, drop the knees. Knees go wide, hips go back, head comes down to the floor. All of the hard work is done. You guys are really incredible. That was a very hard workout. I would say that's about as hard as it gets here on the Pilates channel. But you absolutely killed it. My body feels amazing now. We're just going to take a nice quick stretch, just because it's essential after that much workout. So taking one more deep breath here in Child's. And one more deep breath out. All right, coming up onto your hands and knees. We're just going to stretch out the shoulder here a little bit after that absolute killer finisher. So placing the weight in your left hand, you're going to open up through the right side body and open up your chest towards the sky. Take a deep breath in and take a deep breath out. Thread the needle through and underneath. Rest your head down onto your mat and allow your right shoulder to take a beautiful stretch and your lumbar spine to take a nice twist. And just breathe and relax. Bringing it back down to reality. Taking your time in each stretch here. Good, let's take one more deep breath in. And deep breath out. All right, coming back up through to the center. Let's go left side, opens up towards the sky. Deep breath in and thread the needle through and under, placing that left cheek down onto the mat, left shoulder down with the mat. And allow for that beautiful twist and stretch through the shoulder. Good, one more. Inhale, exhale. Okay, and then coming back up through to the center. Let's tuck those back toes, pike your hips up and find downward dog. Pushing your chest down towards your legs as far as it will go. And then when you're ready, placing your weight into your left foot, sweeping that right leg up into three-legged dog. And then you can let your right foot fall over to the left side, bending that knee and just opening the hips up into a scorpion pose. Stretching out those inner thighs after all of that work. Coming back through the center into three-legged. And then we're going to sweep that right foot forward to meet your toes, to meet your hands on the mat, dropping that left knee. And then coming into your low lunge, taking your time to find this position. We're going to lift the torso up off the floor and just push those hips down into the mat. When you're ready, taking a nice deep inhale, sweeping your arms down along your mat, and then find a big, beautiful circle and reach all the way back and coming down on the mat, opening it up all the way back and around. Let's go 2 more. Sweep it down, lift it up, find that backwards extension. Let's go last one. Down, up, and back. Let's place both hands down to the mat, finding your weight into your left hand and taking a nice beautiful twist with your right arm towards your right leg. Maybe a few rolls of your wrist. And when you're ready, we're going to sweep that right arm back to look towards your left toe and let your eye gaze go back all the way and just really push those hips down into the mat as far as they will go. And then let's find that right foot with your right hand and tuck your back toes. Place the weight in your hands. Push those hips up and find downward dog. Good, and really relax through the lower back here and just extend that entire spine. When you're ready, finding your weight in your right foot, let's sweep that left foot up into 3-legged dog. Find that beautiful extension. And then when you're ready, we're going to bend through that left knee, drop your left foot over to the right side and just allow those hips to open up into a scorpion pose. And really stretch out those inner thighs after all of that work. Good, and then coming back through the center into 3-legged dog. And then let's sweep that left leg in to meet your hands at the top of the mat. Drop your back knee. And then slowly lift your torso up off the floor. And we're just going to find that beautiful sweep along the mat. So sweeping your hands down along your mat, opening all the way up, back and around. And then sweep it down. Open it up. Extend it back and coming down. Let's go 2 more. Sweep, up and back. Final one, sweep, up and back. Let's place those hands down next to your foot. Weight goes into the right hand. Left arm opens up towards the ceiling to take that beautiful spinal twist. Maybe taking a few rolls of your wrist. And then let's sweep that left arm all the way back to look towards your right toes. Eye gaze goes back. And just push your hips down into the mat as far as they'll go for today. Good, and then let's meet those hands back towards your foot. Tuck the back toes, sweep that left leg back, and push those hips all the way up into downward dog. Final downward dog for today. Pushing as low as you can with that chest towards your legs. And then when you're ready, we're going to lift both heels up off the floor. Take a nice ripple forward to find a high plank. Slowly melting your hips down into the mat. Untucking your toes and finding that upward dog position. If you have to come down to your elbows, then please do. Otherwise, staying nice and straight up. And just really lifting that chest, extending through your low back. Keeping your shoulders down and away from your ears. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Let's push those hips back. Knees go wide. And find your child's pose. Head comes down to the mat. One last beautiful relax here in child's. Walk your hands as far away as you can from your legs. Good. One more deep breath in. And deep breath out. And when you're ready, we're just going to find our way into a nice cross-legged position here on the mat. Find yourself nice and tall on your sit bones. Take as much time as you need to get here. And we'll just take our 3 grounding breaths. So together with me, taking a nice inhale, hands come up towards the sky. Extend your spine as tall as it will go and be as long as you can. Inhale. And exhale, hands come down by your side, but your spine stays nice and long. And then again, breathing in, opening it up, extend. And exhale, hands come down by your side. Final one, breathing it in, opening it up. And this time as you exhale, let's bring those hands down to prayer and into your heart space. Feel free to close down your eyes. And we're just going to take a moment here to be still on the mat. I want you to try and clear your mind of all of the thoughts that tend to bounce around in our heads. Maybe take a moment here to thank your body for the amount of strength that it has and all that it does for you every day. And maybe take a moment to thank yourself for being committed to your body and being committed to your practice and continuing to show up on your mat and get stronger every day. We're just going to be silent here for another 10 seconds on the mat. And whenever you're ready, we're going to take one final deep inhale. Exhale, breathe it all out. And then whenever you're ready, starting to slowly open up your eyes, maybe taking one final roll out of your shoulders. And you are all done. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed that class.